Hello, YouTubers. This is Joe Bravo, Mo Bravo's Knife Reviews, and today I want to show you my brand new to me Ultimatum by Kurt Merriken. And this knife is sweet. I got it from my buddy Drew, and he picked it up at California Custom Knife Show. And man, when I saw that he got his hands on this, I knew I had to have it. I was really happy he was able to let this one go and be my first Merriken, and hopefully not my last. Titanium build with the unique pivot collars. He does provide a spanner tool that'll allow you to get in there and open up that pivot, adjust that pivot, which is great. You don't have to be like Microtech and buy a brand new toolkit for $250. Here is the information about the Ultimatum and 3.5-inch Nitro V belt satin. It is a frame lock. It does have a Zerk blasted finish, which is why the titanium's got a little bit of that sheen to it. It does have a zirconium clip and really, really nice backspacer as well as zirconium running on skiff bearings. As you can see, just a quality knife, quality build. And man, does it have a quality action. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Joe, why do you have four knives on the table if you're going to talk about your Ultimatum? And the real crux of it is this knife does what all four of these knives do. So my question is, does the Merriken do what these do better in a package where it does all of them versus the individual knives that you see here that are just great at what they do with only having a single deployment method? With the Ultimatum, Spidey flick the first hole. You could flick the blade in the middle. You could really get a nice snap on the top hole. You could thumb flick it. You could panty drop it. You could thumb deploy it. I mean, it even had a stud that I had Kurt ground off for me on the back if you wanted to Spidey flick the stud, which was a possibility. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to first go to my Anton Boudica, probably one of my favorite front flippers. This tab is very similar to the tab on the Merkin, and man, it is the staple of what I learned how to do a front flipper on. And this is just glass on glass. Uses the IKBS ceramic bearings, just fantastic. So how does the Ultimatum compare? I'd have to say it is right on par with the Anton. Okay, so now we're going to go with the Asuka. Now the Asuka's got the thumb stud and it's got the front flipper, and the front flipper tab is a little bit different, but I will say it's probably one of my favorite front flippers that I own right now. And the Merkin, if you just use the side tab again, it's fantastic. What the Merkin doesn't have the ability to do is to get on top and do that Zippo roll that I like. So I guess you could say it's a knock for the Ultimatum, but you can't really say it's a knock just because it has a different flipper style tab. Blade shape, you want to get into that Rambo style blade shape versus the sheep's foot style of the Asuka. It's an opinion. The Asuka is probably more usability. It probably is easier to touch up the edge on, but it's you'd send it to Kurt, and I'm sure he could tune it up for you. So now I got the Simeon Unto because I wanted to compare the holes. This probably is one of my favorite holes of all knives. And I'm going to say that the Merriken Ultimatum, with its holes located lower on the platform, it really allows you to do what I call like the BBM opening. So you can just go to the left, where like a Pazan, you have to go up to do the flick to get it off the detent. With this, it's got the fuller as well. So it's just a straight outward flick, and the blade deploys greatly. So I'd say it is right on par with the Ultimatum, or with the Unto. And then you had the duck, quintessential thumb stud on bearings. Yes, you could Spidey flick that thumb stud so well with the duck, and the thumb stud on the top is terrific. But look, I just went to front flip it, and you can't front flip it. So I think this does front flip well. I won't say it's as well as the duck, and I think that's mainly because of the position of the thumb stud of the duck is a little bit higher, so you get a little bit more clearance inside that swell. But I will say that for a thumbstud operated knife, this is just fine. It is frame locked, so all these knives here are frame locked to compare. But I'm going to be honest with you and say I think the Merriken does, if at the worst, 80% of what these amazing action knives do. It'll definitely tell you that having the ability to do all those multiple operations certainly make it even better, even though maybe it does it 20% less than all of the other knives that only have one or two deployment methods. So I really think if you haven't checked out Kurt's work, you should. I know a lot of people are going to say, look at that aggressiveness in the top of the spine. I sent it to Kurt. He fixed it. Now there's really no more aggressiveness. Really took it down and it really helped. So if you have any questions, let me know, comment, like, follow, reach out to Kurt on Instagram. It's Merriken_knives. And he's going to be at the show NYCKS that's in Tennessee this year. So make sure you check him out. Tell him I said hello and look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thank you.